We have handled a lot of cases where one spouse didn't want the divorce for a lot of different reasons. It could have been this is the love of their life and they can't see themselves with anyone else. It could be religious reasons. It could be a vast multitude of reasons. And what happens in that situation is we have to tell our client, in the end, it doesn't matter if you want it. If your spouse wants it, it's going to happen. Let us help you be in the best spot possible for you to move forward at the end of this, because it doesn't matter whether you sign this or whether I sign it. The judge is going to grant it, the judge is going to sign it, and that's the only signature that matters. Can somebody stop a divorce from happening? The answer is no. You can't make somebody stay married to somebody they don't want to, even if you don't want the divorce. You can't make your spouse stay married to you. And that's a hard thing for some people to face, because their vows mean something to them and they want to live up to them. But if your spouse wants the divorce, reality will hit eventually that it's going to happen. And then you can start working to set yourself up to deal with the emotional toll and the financial toll that's going to happen when the divorce is finished. In these cases, the type of delays that usually happen are people aren't producing documents, so we have to continue hearings so that other people can produce, frankly, what they're required to give us, or that if our client's not producing it, that our client's required to give. Other things that can delay it are if life happens. We've had a client recently that needed to have open heart surgery. Well, we had a hearing 2 days after his open heart surgery. That didn't happen, and it shouldn't happen. It was more important for our client to continue living than it was for that divorce hearing to happen. So life happening and people not doing what they're supposed to make things drag on longer than they should. The way the court moves the process forward is the court holds people accountable for not doing what they're supposed to. If one side isn't producing documents, the court can say, guess what? You don't get to tell me anything about what you are not providing, and I'm going to listen to everything your spouse says. And guess what? That can be really brutal, especially when it comes to property division. If your spouse is saying something exists and it doesn't, or we have definitive proof that while y'all were together it was sold and y'all spent that money, if you weren't upfront and produced the documents, the judge can say, I don't care about that. You didn't do what you're supposed to. We're going to go by what your spouse says. Another way the judge moves things forward is when people don't do what they're supposed to do, the judge can put them in jail until they do what they're supposed to do. Another way the judge moves cases forward is money. If you're not doing what you're supposed to and nothing else is working, you're going to have to pay money to the other attorney so that the other attorney can do their job to get the things that you're not providing. If you're in a situation where your spouse doesn't want the divorce, the only thing that you can do is go through with the process, follow the steps, get your T's crossed and your I's dotted, get your ducks in a row, whatever analogy you want to use to make sure that you're prepared and you have full and complete information for the judge to get it done and get it done right.